Holy Honolulu. The Curse of La Llorona. Let's talk about it. What up, fellow phantoms? Today we're talking about The Curse of La Llorona. So if you don't know what that is, I'm going to break it down just a little bit for you. The Curse of La Llorona is essentially a movie about a Mexican folktale about the weeping woman, a mother who killed her 2 children, drowned them in a lake, and destined to walk the earth looking for children to replace her own children. I will say, starting off, in case you can't tell, I am of Mexican ancestry. I am full Mexican. So I have heard this tale before. It has been tweaked based off of the region. Some other Latin American countries also claim to have this as their folktale as well. But let's get real, this is a Mexican folktale, in my opinion. This folktale was told to little kids growing up. Hey, if you don't listen to your grandparents, you don't listen to your parents, you don't follow the rules, if you're bad, La Llorona is gonna come, she's gonna take you, and you're gonna die. Which is a pretty dark tale if you think about what you're telling a kid is gonna happen to you if you don't pay attention or if you don't follow the rules. Pretty crazy. You're gonna get drowned in a river. But I digress. This movie does take place in the Conjuring universe of movies that's going on right now. So The Conjuring, Annabelle, The Nun, all those are going to be loosely connected in some way to what's going on and what we're seeing. This movie takes place at that time, takes place since the 1970s in Los Angeles. So unless you're not from the area or you are from the area, Los Angeles is a melting pot of different cultures, but it is primarily white and Hispanic in nature. So this movie essentially is about a family mothered by the lead character Linda Cardellini and her 2 kids who are recently widowed, so they no longer have their father, who was a former police officer, I guess was killed in the line of duty. They don't really talk about that. She is a child protective services worker. So that's the natural course, I guess, for children and how they run into La Llorona. Eventually La Llorona is after her family, and they have to bring in the crazy, non-traditional, unorthodox former priest to come in and save the day. And yeah, that's pretty much what this movie's in. The movie was okay. It was alright. It wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen, and there are, in my opinion, many problems with the plot. They have a lot of source material to go off of when they come to this folktale. Basically, the first half of this movie was very promising in the way they set things up. It's essentially a series of jump scares, but creatively done the way they show the jump scares. There's a car window that rolls up, and then La Llorona comes out, and then there's an umbrella, and then somebody's there, and then they're not there. So the way they portrayed the jump scares are different, but they're still jump scares. I feel like there is a lot of scenes that maybe they thought up in their head, like, oh, this would be cool if we did this, and it is cool, but I mean, making a movie in order to portray that shot is not the best way to go about creating this movie. As I kind of alluded to before, the movie does star Linda Cardellini, formerly Velma of the Scooby-Doo remake movie. It was also Laura Barton, Clint Barton's wife in Avengers Age of Ultron. Also Lindsay Ware in Freaks and Geeks. So you've seen her. If you've seen her face, you see she looks familiar. She's been in a lot of things before. Her and her 2 kids, as well as Raymond Cruz, who plays the unorthodox savior, weird former priest guy. Raymond Cruz, as you've seen him before, is Tuco Salamanca in the show Better Call Saul, as well as Breaking Bad. So you know he can perform. He's very good. They're all very good. I would say, actually, that's kind of one of the shining points in this movie is the acting. So in this case, the actors are really good, and the cinematography is pretty cool, and the source material is cool, but the writing was a little off. This movie does seem like they came up with a bunch of shots and then wrote a movie around that. Until maybe halfway through the movie, it was very good, and it kind of just lost its footing toward the end. It was basically an entire series of jump scares in one secluded location in Los Angeles. There's so much to work with the source material when it comes to the folktale, and there's so many places in Los Angeles that are heavily Mexican American based or Mexican based in culture and in setting. So you would think that you would cast, I mean, the kids were maybe half Mexican. I mean, not everybody needs to be Mexican, but when there's so many Mexican people and you're in Los Angeles and it's a Mexican folktale, you would think that you would put 2 and 2 together, and then, but I don't know. But yeah, the movie, it was okay. It was just alright. I will say that I did feel for the family and what they were going through, something that not all horror movies can do. There were a lot of stupid decisions made as this kind of a trope in horror movies. Writing could have been a little better, CGI could have been a little better, just the story as a whole, given the source material and the folktale that there's so much information about. I wish that it would have done more with that, but all in all, it was a decent watch. If you got some time, I say you check it out, but like I said, if you have the time, this isn't something you need to go run to the movies for or get in line. Maybe even a watch on Netflix. I gave it a C-. Take it with that with what you will, but if it was on HBO on Netflix, I'd definitely probably watch it again. Alright, fellow Phantoms, so what did you think? Did you see it? Did you watch it? If you did, put down below what you thought about it. Do you agree with me? Are there any movies coming out soon that you want me to review? If there are, go ahead and put those in the comments below. If you're not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button as well as the bell so that every time I post a new video, you guys are also made aware basically that I'm posting a new video. Anyways guys, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.